Good morning. Today is an exciting day because we have to talk about the lymphatic system and should you buy a rebounder. Now, I know rebounders have become incredibly common, and I think for whatever reason, a lot of folks once you maybe go to a doctor's office or think you have a sluggish lymphatic system or cellulite or anything that goes along with it, they have to get a rebounder because that's going to get your lymph moving. And why that is technically true, I just don't understand the obsession with it. And here's why. Because the lymphatic system, as you may know, does not have the same sort of pump system that your blood vessels have, your arteries and veins have. So they have kind of a pressure that will push blood through. The lymphatic system does not have that. It is through muscular movement, right? Moving muscles, contracting muscles. That is how your lymph system moves. Now, what does that mean? That means literally any exercise, is going to start moving your lymph. I just came from playing a basketball game this morning. I can guarantee my lymph was moving. You have jumping, you have running, you have cutting side to side, backwards, forwards. There's a lot of different planes of movement that you're moving, and you better believe your lymph is moving during that. So, if you're running, if you're jogging, if you're doing jump rope, if you're playing a sport, any really sport you're not standing around a lot, golf, baseball, etc., your lymph is going to be moving quite a bit. And this is honestly a bigger reason why I'm such an advocate for daily exercise of some degree. Walking can do it, obviously not to the same degree. There's levels to it. The more intense you go, the more movement you're going to get. And you got to gauge your fitness level, where you're at and what's right for you. But if you are willing and able to move, it's something you should be doing every day. Now, why is this important? So our body has two main fluid systems, if you will. We have our blood, which gets a majority of the time talked about, and then we have the lymphatic system. And even though my voice broke, it's still the lymphatic system. But here's the thing: the lymphatic system accounts for 80% of all the fluid in our body. The blood's only 20%, yet we spend so much time focusing on blood reports, focusing on what's going on in the blood, and we don't pay a lot of mind as to what's going on with the lymphatic system. And a great way to look at it is this, and honestly, my favorite analogy that I've used, it's not mine, it's taken from Dr. Robert Morse, is you have to think of your blood system, circulatory system, if you will, as your kitchen. It brings nutrients, it brings oxygen, it brings glucose, things you need from lungs or the heart to muscles, organs, wherever it needs to go. The lymphatic system on the other side is your bathroom. So, it is our septic tank. It is, we use it to get rid of waste. So what happens? Every tissue is made of cells. Cells function a lot like we do. We need to eat food to get energy, and then we take what we need through the digestive tract and get rid of the rest through urine and stool. Cells do the same thing. They take the nutrients they need from the blood, they get rid of their metabolic waste through the lymphatic system, and that ultimately drains through the kidneys. This is why kidney dysfunction is so common. This is why high protein approaches will damage your kidneys over time, and this is for whatever reason not talked about a lot in the alternative space. It seems like everyone says the more protein the better, but that's not necessarily a good thing, and it's not going to be good for your kidneys long term. But this is why the lymphatic system is so important, because 80% of that fluid needs to be cycled through. And if you have any kidney impairment, which again a lot of people do, particularly if you're consuming a lot of protein, it's going to affect your ability to drain. Now, what can you do? A lot of fruits, particularly water-rich fruits, going to be great. Watermelon, cherries, berries, citrus, melons. All these are fantastic for helping the lymphatic system. Then we have things like dandelion root, like cleavers are fantastic for the lymphatic system. Burdock root, all of these are fantastic for cleansing that out. You have to take care of it. It has to be something you're doing every day. So, yes, think about it. It's 80% of the fluid. We need to be putting a lot of concentration into that. So I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. Chat soon.